All right, so today we were looking at writing these as a perfect square. Already a perfect square, but we're going to write them in a different form. So what's another way I could write x squared minus 2x plus 1?
Parentheses x minus 1 squared.
Okay, perfect. And what's another way I can write x squared plus 8x plus 16?
X.
Perfect. So, couldn't I also write this as x minus 1 times x minus 1 and x plus 4 times x plus 4? Isn't that the same thing? Okay, so here we now have the three forms of quadratics. You know two of them. What's this form? Vertex. This is standard. Anyone want to guess what this one is? Factors. Okay, so this is not especially today, but starting Friday and getting into the rest of this half of the unit, this is what we're going to be focusing a whole lot on, is factoring and what factored form helps us find.
Do you have a test for this?
No. Okay, so that's your factored form. Any ideas what factored form might help us find?
Factors.
Okay, what would factors help us find? Okay, what did vertex form help us find? The vertex. What did standard form help us find? The y-intercept, right?
So the x-intercept.
Yeah, factor form is going to help us find the x-intercepts. Okay, so that's what we're going to get into this unit, but today we're kind of going back and reviewing and pushing our knowledge a little bit on what we've already done with standard and vertex. Okay? Okay, so table 5 over there. Can you tell me what you got on this first one? Okay. Table 4, can you tell me what you got on the second one? Okay. Table 6, what did y'all get on the third one?
X minus 4.5 squared plus 4.75.
Okay. Table 7, what did y'all get on this one?
X squared minus 4x.
So negative 2x squared minus 4x minus 4.
That's supposed to be
Positive 8x right here. So negative 2x squared plus 8x minus 4. Okay. Table number 2 right here. Can you tell me what you got on this one?
3x squared plus 6x minus 4.
And table number 8, what did you get on the last one?
Negative 3x squared plus 24x minus 48.
Okay, so in all these we had one form and we were converting to another. But what if we didn't have one of these forms? Okay. What if we were just given a vertex and an x-intercept? How could we create an equation? Okay. Any ideas? We're given a vertex, we're given an x-intercept, anything we can start off with.
Start with the x.
How would you start with the x-intercept in writing an equation?
X plus 5 squared. X plus 0.
Okay. Put it in vertex form. Y equals ax minus h squared plus k. Okay. If you only have one x-intercept, how would you put it in factor? Okay. Okay, you still don't know what would come out there, though. Alright, so let's try, we know vertex form, right? We've used vertex form. Let's try that and see what happens. What can we put in right now? H and K. So y equals a x minus 0 squared plus 5. H and K, right? Okay, so what am I missing?
You are missing your
Your A value, right? How can I use my x-intercept to find that A value? What do you mean? Okay, so he says put in 5 as your x and 0 as your y. So let's try that. If we put in 0 for y, still don't know A. 5 is my x, because this is the point I'm using. Minus 0 squared plus 5. Am I in a position now where I could solve for A?
Yeah.
A is the only thing up there that doesn't have a value, right? Okay, so how do I start solving this? Well, I have to do what's inside the parentheses first, right? What's 5 minus 0?
5.
Square that. So I now have 25A plus 5. Subtract the 5. So I have negative 5 equals 25A.
So 5 equals A.
Divide by what's with A. Then what is A? Negative 1/5. Alright, so let's plug in all the pieces I know now. Okay, what's A?
25.
X minus, what's my H value? Squared plus, what's my K value? 5. Hey, that's an equation, right? I have A, H, and K. So let's take a big step back. Let's walk through how we just did this. Okay? I started off, I was in vertex form. I didn't even have anything. I just wrote out vertex form, right? Y equals A, X minus H squared plus K. Then I put in what I did know. I know the vertex. I know H and K. So I put in my H, I put in my K. Then I realized I had another point. Let's think about this for a second. Does it matter that it's the x-intercept? No, it just needed another point, right? I put in that other point as my x and my y values. Those got replaced with 5 for x and 0 for y. Okay, I plugged in my x and y for that other point. Then all I had left over was an a value that wasn't solved for. So I solved for everything around a and got a was negative 1/5. Once I got to this point, I had a, h, and k, so I could completely write this in vertex form. Okay, so y'all are going to try this in your groups. Okay, there's 2 problems. You're going to try it. We're going to see how far you get, and then we're going to go through it all together. Okay, so let's talk about these. We had a vertex of 5 and an x-intercept. Making our substitutions. What goes in for H? What goes in for K?
5.
Okay, and now I just need to use that other point given to me that just happens to be an x-intercept so that I can find what A is. Okay, so what's the y value of my other point? 0. What's the x value of my other point? 5. So now I have everything but a filled in. So let's solve. What is 5 minus 1 squared? So I have 16a plus 5 equals 0. What did you do from here? Subtract 5, so I have negative 5 equals 16a. By 16, a equals so we have y equals negative 5/16 x minus 1 squared plus 5. Okay, on the next one, I'm going to plug in my h and k. What's my h value? So x minus 3 squared, value. So minus 4. I'm going to use my other point as my x and my y. So 0 equals a 0 minus 3 squared minus 4. What's 0 minus 3 squared?
9.
So 0 equals 9a minus 4. Add 4, so 4 equals 9a. Divide by 9. A equals 4/9. Okay, so y equals, yep.
I got the same answer, but I didn't have the 4 equals. I just had 0 equals. I didn't have a equals a.
Did you move the 4 over and then?
Yeah, I did it at the bottom part. I moved the 4 over, but like on the other one, you have like 8 equals a, 4 equals a. I didn't have that.
This is 0. This is 0. This is a y right here.
Oh, that was before.
All right, yeah, that's a y. All right, so y equals 4/9 x minus 3 squared minus 4. All right, so y'all got that? Why would it be helpful to be able to know the equation?
Because then you can find like the full.
That's a lot easier.
Yeah, then you can find the full quadratic, including other points. So we're actually, okay, so y'all found this vertex. You found that we have a point at 2100, 500. So what am I going to do?
Put it into the equation.
Okay, what's my h value?
0.
What's my k value?
0.
Okay, so now I just need to plug in this point, right? So 500 equals a 2100 minus 0 squared plus 0.
Oh wait.
What's 2100 squared?
Don't you have to?
That's a lot.
A lot.
That's gotta be at least. Don't you have to subtract 25?
So 2100 minus 0.
I mean, don't you subtract how much?
Not yet.
Take it to 0.
4,410,000.
Yep, 4,410,000 A equals 500. Now what are we doing? 4,410,000 A equals 500. Divide by 4,410,000. Okay, don't put that in your calculator yet, because it's going to give you a decimal. And I want us to think through this real quick. 4,410,000. Okay, what can we do first?
2 zeros.
Yeah, we'll divide top and bottom by 100, take those 2 zeros off. So now I have 5 and 44,100. Not as big, right? Still the same value, just not as big. Does 5 go into 44,100?
Yes.
Anybody know how many times?
882.
8,820. I've done this problem, that's why I knew that. Previous times I put it in my calculator, 44,100 divided by 5. You get 8,820. So my A value